I am going to show you the first part of actually editing this image that we're going to call Scared Girl. So just a disclaimer, when I'm actually editing, I just kind of jump all around. I don't have a certain system that I use constantly, but I'm going to try really hard to stay focused for you guys. So the first thing I want to do is kind of figure out how I want this cropped, and I think that I want it to be out a little bit further. So there's certain things that I'm noticing right now that I know I'm going to want to take care of. One is going to be this camera strap that's right here. And the other thing is that I'm going to want this to go all the way because I don't like how you can see the paper underneath. So I'm just kind of pulling and dragging until I feel like it's kind of where I want it. And I'll even play with the angle of it a little bit. And I kind of, but I like her blanket being straight, but I like her face more this way. And I feel like it's worth changing and then going and fixing this part that I don't like in order to get her face the angle that I want it. So for right now, that's good. So I'm going to crop it, and this is what I'm left with. So the first thing I'm going to do, because I'm not going to be happy with anything until I fix this portion of it. So I'm going to go over here to my rectangular marquee tool. I am going to select as much of this as I can, and obviously I'm trying to stay off of her. I'm going to right click, layer via copy, right click again, free transform. You want to make sure that this little link is not clicked for this part. That's your ratio. It's going to keep it the same. You don't want that. For this, you're going to want to unclick it, and I'm going to see what I can do. So obviously as I'm pulling it, I'm getting a lot of distortion in the fur, and I don't want too much because I feel like I can easily change that in Liquify. I like to just keep everything flattened and move on. I don't like to have a million little windows over here. So I'm going to go into Liquify. So you go into Filter, Liquify, and it's going to bring your image up. I'm going to zoom out so I can get a better perspective of this. And what I'm seeing that I don't like is a couple things. One is this. I'm not going to liquefy that because if I do, if I go over here to my forward warp, you see what it does is it just continues to blur it. And I could do that and then patch it in. But I don't want to do it that way. So I'm going to get rid of that. Change that, take it back to its original, go back to my forward warp tool, and I am going to start by just fixing this blanket because it was kind of bugging me the way it was. Might even fix it there, pull that a little bit. I'm going to start working on this down here. Kind of actually don't like to see that line in it. Now that I'm moving it, I'm realizing that I like it better without it. So that's something that I'll fix later. So I think right now I'm pretty happy with the shape of that picture. So I'm gonna hit OK. I will come back and liquefy and do some things later, but right now I'm just trying to get the basis of what I want down. So I am gonna go and fix this area because I want to see it. I'd rather it be fuzzy like everything else. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to grab my patch tool, do that, and see what we come up with this direction. So that's not bad actually, but I'm not loving what it did there, which isn't a huge deal. It's easily fixable. what I am going to do is go backwards. So go back to that liquify point. So instead of doing the patch, what I'm going to do is grab my lasso tool here, and I am going to grab the same pattern, but the difference is, as you'll see, I'm going to go back where I originally got that patch from, which was over here. I'm going to layer via copy. I'm going to bring it over here, put it in where it goes, and then I'm going to come over here because obviously you can see that it's darker. When you do the other tool, it accounts for stuff like the lightness. This one, it does not. It's just literally taking what you had. So I'm going to go to brightness. I'm going to click this so that it links this to that bottom layer. And I'm going to get it where it's looking a little bit better. Now, it's not going to look exactly right, but we're going to still fix it, and I'll show you how to do it. So that's a lot closer. I'm going to pull this off, so it's just that, and then I'm going to merge visible. Like I said, I don't like a lot of open layers, so now I'm going to put it back so you can see that layer on and off. What I want to do is bring my blanket edge back, so I'm going to go here and put a layer mask on that. What that does is it allows me to use my black and white brush to either add or remove. So since it's a white layer, I need the opposite, so I need the black brush. So I'm going to go over here and get my brush, and I'm going to come down to about there. I'm going to use no hardness on it, and my opacity and my flow are both at 100. Now, it works really good when you get here, but what happens when you get towards the edge is that it's going to start eating into that fuzzy blanket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase back there. So now you can see the paper underneath. This is the benefit of using that a layer mask instead of just erasing, because I could have done it that way. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab my white brush to add it back, and I'm going to literally get it nice and close and just start adding that back in. Okay, just like that. So I don't know if you can see what I'm seeing, but the part that I got has blanket in it. So I'm going to move that down like this. Of course, it's going to make it a little too small up there. It's not a big deal. I'll fix it. And we're going to take away again. So we're going to go back to that black brush and just start brushing in my blanket. And then I think I got off the fur just a little bit. Sure did. So we're going to go back to white, and we're going to just put it back in until we have the edge. So you can see my blanket, and it's always good to turn on and off layers that you add like this just to see if there's something that maybe you didn't erase that still needs to get erased, or if you got it all, you'll know. Okay, so obviously, as you can see, it's not the same color, it's not the same brightness, but it's filled in, and right now I'm good with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten that image, and now I'm going to come back and grab the patch tool. And remember, the patch tool is really good at kind of blending stuff in. So I'm going to use it for what it's good for, and it's not good around edges, so we'll have to work with that a little bit more. But it is good for the rest of it. And so I'm just looking to make sure there's nothing like super repetitive, and there's not. This is our problem area right now. So I'm going to duplicate that. I'm going to go up, and I'm going to grab my clone stamp, clone stamp tool, and I'm going to go about this big, and my hardness, I'm going to have my opacity on, and maybe I'll go a little bit bigger. I want it to be a little bit bigger than the space, and I will mask and pull back off as I need to. So see what I'm doing here? And it's hard, and that's fine, because we can go back in just like we did before and do that, right? So you can blend it. That's the great thing about the patch tool, is that you can just blend away whenever you have something like that. But obviously now we're covering the blanket back up, sorry. So I'm getting in close. I'm starting to see things that I don't really love. I'm gonna just take care of those really quick. There we go. Okay. So again, I need to get it off of here, but I don't want to just erase it, because if I need to go back because I make a mistake, I want to be able to do that. So we're going to use the same method that we did before. We're going to go get that black brush because it's on a white layer mask, and we're going to erase. Go to the opposite and actually make it just a little bit softer this time, so we don't have quite such a hard edge. And I'm going to just fill that in right there until I'm happy with it. And I am. The only thing I don't like is maybe this part right there. But other than that, I think it looks pretty good. I'm looking to make sure I don't have any super repetitive pieces. And I'm going to flatten it down so that I can grab what's underneath. And see, I see like that's repetitive to me. Just blending it in a little bit better. It's kind of my goal. I'm going to zoom back out and see how it looks. And I like it. Obviously, there's still some darkness there that needs to be taken care of, but I'm not super worried about it right now. Okay, so what would I do next? So I'm okay with this. What my focus right now is going to be on this blanket. And there's several ways you can take care of it. We could do frequency separation, or I could just work on it. Because it's the blanket, it's not really my focus in this picture, so I don't think I'm going to bother with frequency separation on it. What I am going to do is go get my brush tool and just kind of work on anything that is catching my eye that I don't want to see there. Like obviously these wrinkles here add to what it adds to her grabbing the blanket. Now see how sometimes the tool doesn't work super well. So I like the patch tool a lot. I think the patch tool does a really good job. You just kind of grab it and then move it to the area you want it to pull from. The biggest things to kind of keep in mind when you are using them, or using this tool, is that the light. You want to try and keep it to a place that's got a similar light as where you're pulling it from. So I grab spot healing and see what I can do with this right here. It's a big one, and it goes over several different kind of lighting situations. So that's kind of when I decide to use that tool and how you choose. So as you can see, I'm just getting rid of a lot of these distracting lines in my blanket. I don't like what that did right there, because it's pulling from there, and that's not what I wanted to do. So for this, I'm going to go get the patch tool and use that. So both tools are good. You just, through experience and playing with them, you're going to figure out which one works better. See how that got blurry? Because it was over a shadowy area. And I want this to be pretty flat. I don't want it to have so much going on. So I'm just going to kind of keep moving around and try to work as quickly as possible so you guys can kind of move on to what's next. Okay. How do I feel about that? Okay, I'm liking it. The only thing I'm not liking is this area right here, and I know it's because it's darker. So I'm just going to try this and see if it works. And if it doesn't, then I can go and do something else with it. But I actually like what it did with it. Kind of in my mind, I see the blanket kind of fading away a little bit. Okay, so I think that is overall pretty good with the blanket. How do I feel about it? Okay, so I'm gonna flatten that and I'll show you what it looks like, right? So the idea behind it is that I want this to be the focus. I don't want all these wrinkles to be the focus, but these, yes, because it's her grabbing it because she's scared. So I think we did pretty good with that. So I'm gonna flatten it. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back into Liquify now that I kind of have it less distracting, and now I can focus on some more of the details. So what I am going to do for this image is I'm going to fix her hair because that's bugging me. And I'm just going to fix the shape of it. So I'm using my forward work tool to kind of do that. So I want it to be round like her head would normally be. So I like that. That looks good to me. What else? So there's a lot of tools in here that you can use in different ways. So you can use like the bloat tool if you want to bloat something up. It's kind of a tricky tool to use, honestly, but it has its places where it helps, and sometimes you just have to grab it and try it and see if it works. So I'm pretty happy with that. The other thing that I typically am going to do in Liquify that I can't do right now because it does not see that, it does not recognize her face, okay? So I would typically enlarge the eyes a little bit, especially if I'm doing something fine art. If I'm doing just a plain portrait, that's kind of a different situation. Sometimes I'll use it to even them out if someone's got, you know, one eye that's bigger, one eye that's smaller. I am going to just use that bloat tool. As you see, I just put it right over her eyes, just to make them just a tiny bit bigger, right? So see, just a little bit bigger, not crazy, just something, because her eyes are really the focus of this. This right here is going to give all the motion and then the light when it comes in. So as far as editing goes, I think that's good. I am going to do some skin retouching and I'll use frequency separation. So I think I'm going to stop this video and put that in part, I guess this would be part 3. So stay tuned.